In a cozy, sunlit bedroom, a new day was beginning for the Snow family.
Had a wonderful idea. With a cheerful voice, Mama Cat Snow called out, "Kittens!" At the word fishing, 3 little heads popped up from their warm beds. Their eyes, once sleepy, were now shining like little stars. Getting dressed was an adventure in itself.
Soon, the whole cat family was on their way, giggling as they walked towards the nearby lake.
The path was filled with happy sounds and tiny discoveries.
Finally, they arrived at the edge of the sparkling lake. The water shimmered under the morning sun, like a giant liquid mirror.
Mama Cat Snow found the perfect grassy spot for their fishing adventure. Before they began, Mama Cat Snow gathered the kittens close for a very important rule. Remember, stay away from the edge, my loves.
His hook flew through the air and landed, not in the water, but on a big, dry leaf.
But then, a gentle giggle rippled through the family. Not a mean laugh, but a warm, loving
It's
one.
okay, sweetie. We're all just learning. Having fun is the most important part.
Nearby, Kitten Cat White wasn't trying to catch fish. She was catching moments.
Hearing the alarm in her voice, Mama and Papa Cat Snow were by her side in a flash.
He carefully reached into their basket and pulled out a small, long-handled net.
Slowly and carefully, he approached the edge of the lake, holding the net ready.
Try to catch the fish, but to carefully hook the plastic bag itself.
Slowly, ever so slowly, he began to lift his precious cargo from the lake.
Working as a team, Mama Cat Snow used her claws to make a small, careful tear in the bag.
With a little splash, the betta fish flopped out onto the wet grass, free at last. With a flick of its tail, the small silver carpfish zipped back into the cool, clear lake and disappeared into the blue. The whole family watched it go, their hearts filled with a special kind of joy.
Rescuing the fish was wonderful, he said, but now let's rescue his home.
The 3 kittens understood immediately. This was a mission just as important as fishing.
And so, the fishing trip turned into a cleanup adventure. The little woven basket became their treasure chest for trash.
together, using their heads to push a bigger paper cup all the way to the basket.
Soon, their little basket was filled not with fish, but with something much more valuable.
They looked back at the shore. The grass looked greener, the water seemed to sparkle brighter, all because of their hard work.
Mama Cat Snow gathered her 3 brave kittens into a group hug.
I am so proud of all of you.
Now that our spot is safe and clean, who wants to try fishing
Kitten
again?
Cat Snow, who had been watching everything with his thoughtful blue eyes, quietly picked up his own little fishing rod.
Big or loud, it was a soft, gentle flick that sent the line arsing perfectly into the water.
And then it happened. The bobber dipped right under the water with a little splash. Seeing the little rod bent in two, the rest of the family rushed over, their eyes wide with anticipation. Seeing the little rod bent in two, the rest of the family rushed over, their eyes wide with anticipation.
And a mighty squeak, he gave one last heroic pull.
Out of the water it came, a tiny silvery shape, flying through the air in a graceful arc.
It landed with the softest little thud on a patch of green grass.
Does its small size make you sad?
And what was that, my little fisherman?
And I learned that the best prize of all is just being here, having fun with everyone. Cat Yellow and Kitten Cat White looked at their quiet brother in a whole new way. He wasn't just their brother, he was a hero.
Papa Cat Snow knelt down and gave his son a proud nuzzle. "That's my boy," he purred. "You learned the most important lesson
As
of
the
all."
afternoon sun began to dip lower in the sky, it painted the whole world in shades of orange and gold.
All right, little adventurers, it's time to pack our treasures and head home.
The woven basket wasn't empty. It just didn't hold any fish.
Kitten Cat Yellow found a perfectly smooth, gray stone, worn round by the lake's gentle waves.
Soon, the basket was full, not with a big catch, but with small, wonderful memories of a perfect day.
As full as their basket, the Snow family began their walk home, their shadows long behind them.
Her heart was full. The day hadn't been about catching fish at all.
Exciting day, filled with adventure and learning, was finally catching up with the little ones.
Papa Cat Snow, ever the gentle protector, scooped him up in a warm, strong embrace. And soon, A familiar, welcoming sight appeared through the twilight. Their cozy little home.
With tired paws but happy hearts, they finally reached their front door.
The three little kittens, their energy completely spent, curled up together in a sleepy pile on the soft rug before the fireplace. That the happiness of a fishing day isn't measured by the number of fish you catch.
Smiles you share, and the good things you do together.
Papa Cat Snow heard her soft whisper and looked at her.
Very carefully, so as not to wake him, Papa Cat Snow scooped up the usually energetic Kitten
Mama
Cat
Cat
Yellow.
Snow followed his lead, her movements just as graceful as she lifted the delicate Kitten Cat White.
Returned for their last little hero, Kitten Cat Snow, who was dreaming sweet dreams of his new fishy friend.
Like a quiet, loving procession, the two parents carried their sleeping children down the moonlit hallway to their bedroom. One by one, they were placed into their own little beds, each one as soft and welcoming as a cloud.
The two parents stood in the doorway for a long moment, their hearts overflowing with a quiet, perfect joy.
The fishing trip was over. But the love... But even as the house slept, a new adventure was just beginning.
Found himself floating, not in his bed, but in a place that felt familiar, yet wonderfully strange.
Inside, he saw it. The little fish, no longer glowing, was now swimming happily.
Guided him forward into a part of the lake that was tangled and sad.
Language of the heart, Kitten Cat Snow understood. He wasn't just being asked to remember, he was being asked to promise.
Gentle touch.
He was awake. The dream was over, but the feel and the promise. Through the window,
In the kitchen, 3 little bowls were waiting. A perfect start to a brand new kitchen. 3 little bowls were waiting. A perfect start to a brand new day.
What are you thinking about, my little dreamer? What are you thinking about, my little dreamer?
seen it once, Mama. We have to help everyone remember to keep the lake safe for our friends.
Cat Yellow and Kitten Cat White looked at him, puzzled.
But how?
Kitten Cat Snow pointed a paw towards the living room. Cat Yellow and Kitten Cat White looked at him, puzzled.
But how?
Kitten Cat Snow pointed a paw. Cat Yellow and Kitten Cat White looked at him, puzzled.
But how?
Kitten Cat Snow pointed a
With
paw.
their beautiful new signs held high, the family walked back to the lake. Not as fishermen, but as its beautiful new signs held high, the family walked back to the lake. Not as fishermen, but as its beautiful new signs held high, the family walked back to the lake. Not as fishermen, but as its proud
They
protectors.
found the perfect spot, right where the path met the shore. A place where everyone would see their message of kindness. They found the perfect spot, right where the path met the shore. A place where everyone would see their message of kindness. They found the perfect spot, right where the path met the shore. A place where everyone would see their message of kindness.